Where's that button at? Let me see. Who knows what this green screen is going to look like? It's probably going to look terrible. But there's one way to find out. Let's see. It's not bad, actually. It's actually not too shabby. Now, if only it weren't a million freaking degrees in here from the stupid lights. Hello. Thank you for your patience. I'm Das Valdez. I do a thing called Kerbal Bootcamp. And it's right about time for me to do that. Oh, man, what is it? I'm trying to fix all this stuff. You may notice that it's daytime, and I don't have lights coming through the green screen over here anymore. That's because of some fancy new curtains back there. Excellent. Now, if only Walmart didn't take... What was that? Silas Genovese, dude. What a... Yay, Space Camp, says Silas. Oh my gosh, do I have everything that I need to set up here, dude? Silas, thank you for the support. We're just started going, etc., stuff and stuff. I need to fix this right quick. Let's fix this. This starting soon thing, that can go away, dude. Silas, thank you for the support. That is a great way to start boot camp. Now, if only you could make it less hot in this room. I'm about to open a window or something and just stream out to the owls that hoot outside my windows. Oh, buddy. Let's see here. Let's fix that window thingy. Since we've got new green screening here. So let's do that. It's the one thing, it's like I can't put up the temporary feed and work on the green screen at the same time. It doesn't work that. Don't look. Way, that's terrible too. So it's just that one corner down there that doesn't have the even lighting. Ah, well, that's just going to be a problem here on this screen. That's probably just going to become this screen. Let's become awesome. That's exactly right. That's what we're looking for. Guys, let me get caught up with the chat in just a second. That over there, I know why it's doing that. Hang on, let's see if I can fix that. My voice, Chris, is doing fine. I can't actually stand up with my headset light mic on, so... Now, as long as it's not shining on me too bad. Yeah, that looks good. That looks good. All right. Thanks to remote server error for hosting the stream. Dude, I appreciate it. Folks, I think we're good to go. Let's do a rundown right quick. This is actually putting some unnormal light on me from up there. I'll have to deal with that. What can you do? What can you do? Here's what we're going to do. Let's go through the checklist. Video, go. Audio, go. Microphone cable, go. New curtains, go. We've got that. Monitor, go. Kerbal Space Program, that's the last thing we do usually. What else do we need? Voice, not horse, go. Delicious Dr. Pepper, go. What else? Lighting, go. Camera, go. I already did that one. Whatever, it's not like I have a checklist. Chiptunes, go. Space, that's where we want to go. This stupid autofocus, I swear, camera, if you keep autofocusing on me, that gets on my nerves when that camera does the autofocus thing. Chat is a go. Highlighting, go. What else do we have? Lots of people hosting, go. Donation from Silas Genovese, go. Boat, go. Underglow, go. It's actually overglow because of this. I think we may be ready to do boot camp. I think we may... Ooh, batteries for Mike. Yes, go. I've actually just changed into new batteries there. Good one. Good one. Panel locked. I don't really have a panel to lock. Delicious tea. No, we don't have any tea. We don't need that. It's Saturday. We don't drink tea on Saturdays. We just do boot camp. Folks, I think I can get going. I just said go enough times. Did I miss anything? Let me scroll through chat, see if I missed anything important. Battery for my go. Chat is a go. Green screen, go. Headset is boss. Thank you. I appreciate it. You would know what I look like. That autofocus camera, that gets on my nerves. I don't understand why that thing does it. I turn it off every day. Why are you blinging at me? Don't bling at me. Don't bling. Don't do that. Alright, hang on. I cannot deal with the autofocus camera. That is like a huge pet peeve. Yes, how did you get turned back on, autofocus? Why did you get turned back on? Now I'm blurry. Now I should be sharp. Let's see if that worked. Okay. Okay, now I'm good, and it won't... I have no clue what I'm doing. Booster switches in the arm position. You gotta say go one more time. More boosters. We don't have any boosters. X31. Turtle Beach X31 is the headset. I think I've got everything. Flav Koda, what's going on? How many people are here already? Tech Hybrid TV, dude. Das, watch the archive of when you got KSP TV to raid my channel. Lulled in my own obliviousness to it. That's why we raid people who have face cams. If you're streaming KSP and you have a face cam, you are probably going to get raided by us at some point. That is just how it goes. That's just how it goes. So we love it whenever we come in. We like put this wall of chat up, right? Like all of a sudden, blam, a huge old wall of chat. And the guy's just sitting there like, he's clicking. I don't know if you can hear the clicking here. He's just sitting there for like 5 minutes. Then all of a sudden, you always know when somebody you're raiding checks the other screen. They're like, like that's sort of deep. And then all of a sudden they realize that they're being raided, and it's just good times. If you stream KSP, you have a face cam, you're probably going to get raided. You're probably going to get raided by us at some point. I don't think we missed anything. What was Leaky Brains asking? Leaky Brains asked me something. I don't see it. I'm just getting a little bit spooled up here. Getting the voice going. The voice is good. More ice cold Dr. Pepper will keep the dice nice and cold. It's like some people use liquid nitrogen to cryo cool things. I put delicious cold Dr. Pepper on my throat so I can continue talking. Apparently it doesn't work as well as you would think, but whatever. So we get some more boot camp before church. Dude, Pharaoh plays. Welcome. What's going on? What's going on? Did I miss anything else? Dot has these listed. Mod list. Yes, that's all. No mods, really. No mods. All right, I think we're good to go. Yeah. All right, I think we're good. Gets dressed as a hussar and mounts a horse. I don't even understand what that means, Josh. But welcome to the stream, I think. That's good. That's good. Let's get going with Kerbal Bootcamp. Das Valdez. No. Flav Kodo, it's Das Valdez. You can call me Das. You can call me Val. I'll actually answer to Val. That's my phone ringing. Just 1 second. Wasn't expecting this phone call. Let me take the phone call right quick. All right, we're good. We're good. Sorry, I got a phone call from a number that I was not expecting. It was an important phone number, so I needed to take that right quick. I was not expecting to get the call there. So just need to make sure everything's cool. Everything's cool. We're all good to go. It's on the red black heart suit. I don't even understand what that means. I didn't end up on the floor. Final iteration. Yes, I will upload that. Remind me during a break or something. Remind me during a break. I will do that. Guys, I apologize for having to hop up for a second. Such a nice chair. What do you mean? What, you can't see my chair? Hang on, is my chair showing? No. You can't see my chair. I could lift my chair up, I guess, and you can see my chair, but you normally can't see my chair. It's an Aeron chair. It's a very nice chair. You can have my Aeron chair when you pry it out of my cold, dead hands. I got it in lieu of a paycheck. Long ago, over 10 years ago. Over 10 years ago, I was working for a company that we walked in one day, and they were like, yeah, you know that week and a half you just worked? We can't pay you for that anymore, so take a chair or something. Yeah, see you later. And that's how I ended up with an Aeron chair. .com boom. Good times. Good times. Good times. All right. Let's see here. Is my chair showing? Folks, let's get started. Nobody's around here to just listen to Das Valdez constantly run his mouth. Actually, that's exactly why you're here. But let's run my mouth about something that's interesting. It's interesting as opposed to the story of how I got my chair and a very nice 20-inch Hitachi Rastrops monitor that weighs about 130 pounds because it was in the year 2001. And it was a 21-inch Hitachi Rastrops monitor that was a CRT because that's all we had back in my day when we had to monitor our way into our computers uphill into the snow both ways every day. It was terrible. It was terrible. Turn on your sky and turn on your engine. I don't even remember what that one's for. Yeah, Tech Hybrid TV. That's exactly right, man. Paid in furniture. Thanks. That's a .com boom for you. You have an awesome freaking launch party for your awesome .com idea, and then you can't pay the paychecks later. But anyways, that was good. That was good. Yay, story time. Some other day. Let me do this. If you don't know what we're about to do here, what's this? What's the channel title? I think I saw a mod update the channel title. I think I did. Is the channel title go? Channel title go? Offline reminder, the masses would like the Rufflecopter uploaded. You know something? I'll do it right now. You guys want it? I will do it right now. I will upload that right now. How did that happen? What's going on up there? What is this? Why is there Keithane coming into my office? We'll have to fix it when we go to the other one anyways. I will upload the Rufflecopter right now. We're going to get going on boot camp very soon. We're getting spooled up. You know how that goes. You know how that goes. It takes a while for the Twitch emails to go out sometimes. I tried to put up the coming soon sort of screen. I really should do that 30 minutes in advance or something. I'm kind of two minds about that. I don't really know if I should do it in advance because people then they come and they're like, oh, this is the most boring stream ever. It's a freaking countdown clock or whatever. You know, I don't really know what I think about that. I don't really know what I think about that. So I am just going to, let's get the Rufflecopter uploaded. Did I tweet to NASA yesterday? No, Pokemon, I need to get a better screenshot. I want a good, clean Orion launch. I am going to be working on my Orion spacecraft at the end of boot camp. At the end of boot camp. That's what I'm going to be doing at the end of the show today. So let's see here. Buffering. I'm not getting any buffering on mine. I'm not dropping any frames or anything. I don't record in insane. I'm not the thingy. What was I saying? I don't even know. Oh, I don't record in ultra high settings or anything. I'm like 25 FPS, and I'm like normal. I don't even know what I broadcast in. Not insane resolution, I know. The boats are still out there, yes. But you should not be buffering if it's my stuff. This Keithane, man. I thought I got that fixed. I don't even know what to say. Oh my gosh. You're right, Spartan. You have a point. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to be super lazy. I'm going to type exclamation point craft into there. That's going to get me my download link. Let me bring that over there. Oh, the Kerbal Space Academy craft. I really need to upload more of these. Let me go into my game. That one would be Win25. That one would be... You know something? I should stream this. I should totally stream this. I should totally show you how to do this. If you don't know how to upload a craft to Kerbal X, Kerbal X is an awesome website. Maybe I should just stream this. Hang on. Let me see if I'm set up to do that. Okay. It's capturing the wrong size monitor, but that's going to be okay. That's going to be okay. All right. So look, let's just do this so that you can see what's going on, and I'll just pull that like that. All right, there we go. That looks good. So that's where I'm streaming. All right. K-Space Academy's craft. If you don't know, this website is kerbalx.com. I love it. I love it. I love kerbalx.com. It allows you to upload crafts. It allows you to upload screenshots. You can see here we have the science turkey, which we worked on for Thanksgiving. I've got multiple screenshots. You can write your own description. This was some homework where I wanted people to convert my turkey into an SSTO. KSP Kamuchi, the only cadet who could successfully convert the turkey into an SSTO. Yeah, I guess I don't count. I did it too. Me and Kamuchi were the ones who converted it. Got a lot of extra credit. I do homework on occasion. I love to upload the craft to Kerbal X. Yesterday we were uploading boats to Kerbal X. So many people uploaded boats. We put them on the range. We launched the Orion in lieu of boats. We were like, whatever, boats on the range. Hold. Who cares? Go to space anyways. This is Kerbal Space Program. Anyways, let's talk about getting this set up. You can see a bunch of my different craft here. Some of them don't have screenshots. Some of them do. I'm going to upload a new craft. K-Space Academy's craft. Excellent. And I think what I need to do is... Where's my upload thingy? Navigation. I've never actually gone to it from there. Craft search. Users. Okay. Let's just go to K-Space Academy like this. And I'm not logged in. Well, we're going to take that off the screen for a second. Let me get logged in. You do need to get logged in right quick. Let me do login. Alright. That's interesting. I wonder why I lost my login. Huh. Yes, my password is I love unicorns 36811112B. Yes, okay, that totally got me logged in. Unicorns 3861112B totally got me logged into the website. I'm just kidding. That's clearly not the real that's clearly not the actual password there. Kerbal X Beta 307 results. I love it. Unpollo. Somebody made an Unpollo. Somebody made an ISS. There's the Orion. Oh, all right, good deal. There's that KSA speedboat. And there's Kamuchi's Doubler. All right, focus, DOS, with the party barge. The KSA party barge. That's hilarious. All right. So what I'm going to do, I can actually click on Upload Craft. It says land or crash a craft here to upload, or click to browse for craft files. Click anywhere outside me to load. So it's super simple. I just go to my KSP install folder. Here it is. This is my KSP install folder. You can see that this is where the home of my KSP.exe is. KSP.exe. For me, it's wherever I extracted the KSP game to. For you, if you're on Steam, it may be a little different. If I could get a list of the, or if I could get the Steam path, I don't use Steam for this. Guys, I know I'm not getting caught up exactly with chat, but I will do it. But for you, if you're on Steam, it may be a little different, and I'm sure somebody could post the link to Steam over there. I don't have it because I don't use it. Anyways, it is where KSP.exe is. In order to get my craft out of here, I need to go into saves. You'd think it would be ships, but that's not. You go into saves. I think we made that in the boot camp save. I'm going to go into ships. We made that in the vehicle assembly building as opposed to the spaceplane hangar, so I'm going to go there. And let's see here. We should have the Launchcopter Uberfan 4. I'm pretty sure it was the Launchcopter Uberfan 4. So this is supposed to be the KSA Launchcopter Uberfan 4. I don't really know if I can... Oh my gosh. I don't really know. I would like to rename it the KSA Launchcopter Uberfan 4, but I can't really do that. Yeah, Twitch doesn't like directories. Sorry about that. Program files. There you go. Steam, CMaps, Common, Kerbal Space. That's where your KSP.exe is. Then from there, you won't see this. This is what mine is named. You'll just see that Kerbal Space program. Then you'll see saves. You'll see the name of your save. You'll see ships. You'll see VAB. This is how you upload this stuff. This is how you upload this stuff. So I'm going to upload the Uberfan 4 here. I wonder if it's the right one. I'm just going to guess to see if it's the right one. Let's just drag it over to here. So all I have to do is drag it onto the website. Uploading and scanning craft file. This can take a while for a large craft. This craft is not large, but it does have a lot of parts because I spammed fins on it. I spammed, what was it, tail segments or something. There we go. Then it brings up some information here. A screen where you can actually configure the craft. This one is a craft. I guess it's a ship. I guess. I don't know. I guess it's a ship. Do I have any pictures of it? I think I have a picture. Let me go grab a picture of it right quick, and I'll put it on Imager. So let's do that. Alright. We'll install mods since we already got this as well. Let's see here. So let me go to Imager. Imager.com. And then we are going... If you came to see Kerbal Space Program, we are going to do that. We are definitely going to do that. But some people ask me, and I keep forgetting to do this. And I need to fix it. So there's Imager. I probably don't need to stream how to upload things to Imager. So there's that. Let me go grab a screenshot of this puppy right quick. And screenshots, we'll just get a super awesome one that involves much spinning and wailing of teeth, whatever it's called. Gnashing and wailing of teeth. That looks amazing. Okay, that, yes. That should just confuse people. That's the best screenshot ever. 376. Screenshot 376. There we go. Ah, yes. Start upload. Excellent. Screenshot is screenshot upload go. That is so freaking cool. I can just copy paste the screenshot. I can just put the Imager URL right there like that. It's really great. I'm going to put a KSA. I don't even know. It's not stock because you're going to need the Dr. Pepper can. You are going to need the Dr. Pepper can if you want to load this craft. Yes, hello. I am new here. I would like to know how to space. Banned from the channel. We don't do that here. I'm just going to put KSA. I don't even know what else to put. It's not stock. It doesn't work with FAR, that's for sure. I don't know, I actually haven't tested it. Let's just go ahead and upload it. Next. That's going to upload the craft. It's going to give you a screen like this. You can actually customize the screen. You can move things around left and right, up and down. You can't change the name of it. That actually comes out of the file. KSA. Yeah, the KSA mod, the Dr. Pepper mod. So I will put a link to the Dr. Pepper mod here for you. Let's just do DP. Dude, DK. How are you doing, man? How are you doing? If you guys don't have time to watch me do a full boot camp, oh my gosh, stop scrolling the chat. I'm trying to copy paste some stuff. You guys be quiet for a second. Alright, got it. So let's see here. Requires the KSA Dr. Pepper fuel tank. Whoa, buddy. Fuel tank mod. There you go. We'll just put that like that. I hope that actually works. I'm not sure. We'll see. Let's click off of it. Does it actually make a clickable link? It does. That's amazing. So we should be good to go. If a lot of y'all know what was going on, you can actually download the craft already. Here it is, right there. Everybody scroll the chat. Shh. Quiet. Shh. There is the launch copter, the Rafflecopter Uberfan 4. I didn't rename it. I would have 362 parts. It's 362 parts. That's amazing. There's the link to it right there, guys. You can totally download it from Kerbal X. I apologize that I did not get to that sooner. I did say that I would do it. It is my fault. I take full responsibility for not uploading it sooner. So anyways, let's bring this over here. We don't need that anymore. We can leave that up. That's the chiptunes. All right. I think we're good to go now. Now we... Okay, you guys can actually chat. You don't actually have to not scroll the chat. I got it worked out. I do have a way of pausing the chat. I see that nobody's chatting anymore. You are now allowed to chat again. Proceed. Gene, what's going on, dude? So anyways, if you're new to my stream, if it's more than one part per degree, if you're new to my stream, I am Das Valdez. Welcome to my stream. This is my stream. There are many others like it. No, there aren't. There aren't really many others like it. There's not many others like it, so I don't know what to tell you about that. But this one is mine, was the rest of the quote there. What I do is called Kerbal Space Academy. You look at Kerbal Space Program, it's such a cool name. It's Legos in space with explosions and physics and all sorts of stuff. It's so freaking cool, right? It's so much fun. It's so much fun. But sometimes you see this stuff on YouTube, you see these people streaming on KSP TV and other places, and you're just like, you're looking at the forums, you're seeing all this crazy manly stuff that people do. You like the pun that I did there? You got that? You see all this crazy stuff that people do. And a lot of times people are like, oh my gosh, there's no way. There's no way that I can do this. There's absolutely no way that I can do this. This game is too complex. I don't understand it. There's physics involved. I don't like math, whatever it is. Whatever the excuse is, I see far too many people coming into my channel saying that they can't do it. Kerbal Space Academy is here to prove you wrong. I'm here to show you the basic concepts of Kerbal Space Program. I'm here to show you that it's rocket science inspired. It's rocket science inspired, but it's not rocket science. I am here to show you how you can do these things. I do all sorts of different streams during the week, Kerbal Space Academy streams, usually 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every night. Every night. I do different topics like my first orbit, getting to the moon, designing a lander, going to Minmus, farming science, kickstarting a career, building a spaceplane, building a space station, how to drive a rover. I do complex topics like gravity slingshots, yada yada yada. Whatever it is with Kerbal Space Program every weeknight, just about every weeknight, I do a stream called Kerbal Space Academy where I go in depth, I talk my head off, and I tell you what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, I demonstrate it for you. I also answer your questions. TVVCR report. I also answer questions. So if you're here on my stream, I'm looking at you right now. That's the camera. I'm here live. I'm not on YouTube. This is not a phone call. I guess that would be live. That doesn't make any sense. Nope, that analogy doesn't work to us. I am here right now. I check my chat. And you can see as chat scrolls by. Do I have one? Yeah, right here. Do you see right there? Do you see the one that's highlighted in red? I'm getting better at my skills of a weatherman. I know this is the main screen and this is the chat. I'm getting better. I'm getting better. But if you have a question, there are 2 ways you can actually get it highlighted in chat. And I will answer it for you. That's why I'm here. You can't do that on YouTube. You can make awesome YouTube videos, and they're so well produced, and they're so freaking amazing. I can't do that stuff. I don't know how to do it. All I know how to do is get in front of the camera, look at the chat window, and read the questions and answer them for you in real time. It's a bit of a bonus, honestly. So if you want to get my attention, just like Spartan there, just put in chat. You're going to hear me say that in 20 seconds. You're going to see it right now. Does he actually play the game? No, Denver guy, I don't. I never play the game, Denver guy. Sorry. I'm just going to... Look, I've just got, like, toy rockets, and I'm like... Kerbal Space Program. That's not a rocket. That's a knife, anyways. So, anyways... That is what we're going to do. You can ask me questions. Say the word DOS. Say the word question. It's going to highlight it in red like you saw it on chat over there. It's going to get my attention. I will answer those questions for you. I will demonstrate the topic in the game. I'll show you how it works. I'll show you how you pull it around. I'm doing the intro right now. I'm just doing the spiel. Anyways, ask me questions. I'm here to answer the questions. This specifically today is Kerbal Help Desk. This specifically today is Kerbal Boot Camp. Kerbal Help Desk is tomorrow. Today at Kerbal Boot Camp, I'm going to be streaming the game from a very new player perspective. I'm going to start off as if you've never played the game before. You've never loaded up the game. You don't understand thrust to weight. Maybe you don't understand how to get into orbit. I'm going to take you through boot camp. I'm going to show you how to get into orbit. I'm going to end this stream with getting you to the moon. That's what we're going to do. We're going to get you to the moon. I'm going to explain how to do it. I'm going to explain how to design the rocket. I'm going to explain how to fly the rocket. I will explain all of these things to you. This is boot camp. So I'm putting that out there just in case you ask some more complicated questions, like how to do a gravity slingshot or DOS. Can you design a space plane? Yes, I can do these things. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it today on boot camp. What you want to do, if you've got more complex questions, come back tomorrow. Because tomorrow I will be doing what I call Kerbal Help Desk. That's why I had that on the brain. Kerbal Help Desk is tomorrow, where I will answer any sorts of questions. I just sit here. I don't even have a mission. I answer your questions in chat. I will build missions based on that. That is tomorrow. Kerbal Help Desk. Today, Kerbal Boot Camp. Last thing that we're actually going to start building some rockets here. Last thing. You may see these credit thingies scrolling by, right? You may see the credits. You will earn Academy credits just for watching my stream. Just for watching my stream. You earn about 12 credits an hour. Over the course of the stream, as I reach different milestones in your boot camping career, I'm going to be doing some giveaways. If you don't own Kerbal Space Program yet, you can actually get it today. I think I've got 4 or 5 copies to give away. Yeah, I've got 5 copies to give away today. So as we hit the different milestones, each milestone I will be giving away a copy. In order to enter the drawing for it, you've got to earn Academy credits. That means you've got to be here watching the stream. It's going to take you about 5 credits per ticket. 5 credits per ticket, so that means about 30 minutes of watching. I think we'll get you 1 ticket for most of the drawings today. That is what we are doing. What does Taxos have? A lot of tickets, apparently. 146 hours of Kerbal Space Academy Taxos, dude. You're nuts. Mysterious Mage, that's correct. If you own, these are actually key codes, and if you own the game already, you can totally give it away as a friend, or you can re-gift it back to Kerbal Boot Camp, and I will give it away. I will give it away again. So, without further ado, let's get started. Let's get started. I'm going to do things a little bit differently today. I'm going to try something a little different. I usually start the boot camp stream with installing mods. However, 5 tickets max for most of the drawings. However, today, instead of starting with installing mods, I'm going to go straight into the game. I'm going to start a new boot camp save, and I'm going to show you how to get to the moon. We're going to start with an actual mission. I'm not going to talk through it as much. I'm just going to show you in summary what we're going to be doing today. Then we're going to circle back. We're going to get some mods installed that are going to help you understand the game. We're going to build a rocket. We're going to explain all the concepts. We're going to put it on the pad. I'll show you how to fly it. I'll show you how to transfer to the moon. I'll show you how to land it. I'll show you how to get home. That's what we're going to do. First, let's start with the demo mission to show you what we are going to be doing today. Max tickets will probably be 5 or 10 per. We'll see, tie-dye. It changes. So let's see here. Space program. Where's it at? There it is. Okay, there we go. Let's actually launch the game after streaming for 30 minutes. The light of the console. It's like little angels on my face. Every time I open up a white screen, that happens. But what can I do? Let's go over here. Let's go to the game KSP screen, and let's get this thing loaded up. See, this camera is okay. We got a little bit of Keithane sneaking into the corner over there. That's okay, though. That's okay. Kind of like not in the middle. Whenever I look over there, I'm looking at myself, basically. I'm totally looking at myself. Das. Igor, is the moon harder than Minmus to do as a tutorial? No, Igor, because the transfer is simpler. The transfer to the moon is simpler. The landing is a little bit harder. So whenever I do my landing drill, Kerbal Space Academy landing drill streams, I take you out to Minimus and I do the landing drills on Minimus. However, the transfer to the moon is simpler. So I do the moon. It's like the big mission that everybody wants to see. It's like such a huge milestone for people. Minimus is easier to land on because of the very low gravity. But the moon is the big kind of milestone mission for people, you know? Das is vanity confirmed. Hashtag fashion. Wait, let me make sure my hat is cool. One of these days I'm going to get rid of this little green outline around me. I don't know how to do that. I really don't know what to do. But let's see here. Alright, Artec, what's going on? Guys, I am going to give a shout out to my mods. I've got quite a few awesome people who volunteer as mods around here. They do a lot of work for me. They really do a lot of work. I really do appreciate my mods. I also appreciate the mods over on KSP TV because sometimes I stream on the official Kerbal Space Program channel, and I appreciate everybody who donates their time and that sort of stuff to help the stream stay on track and to post up links and to help answer questions for people. You guys are freaking amazing. You really are amazing, and I appreciate you. I really do. Speaking of mods, last thing, let's keep the mods Let's keep the mods jobs easy. My streams are classy and family classy, I guess. Get it? Because it's like class, right? It's academy. Anyways, moving right along. My streams are classy and family friendly. Kerbal Space Program, check out this dude above my head, right? He's a little green cartoon character. He's awesome. He can go to space. He can build rockets. His rockets can explode. Kids like to get interested in space. I like to keep my streams family friendly so that if there's kids, there's some families that actually watch me. I've got people that come in and said, oh my gosh, Josh, me and my niece or me and my daughters or whoever love to watch your stream, man. Thank you for keeping it family friendly. That's what I do. So watch the language, watch the topics. If you wouldn't have the conversation with the kinder first-year-old, don't have it in my chat. There's other streams where you can go do that and we can curse up a storm and that sort of stuff. This is not the stream to do that. Also, last thing, if you've got a mission report, you've accomplished something. I encourage you to play along with me. I encourage you to play along. If your computer can handle it, if you've got 2 monitors or whatever, if you just want to listen to the dulcet sounds of my scratchy voice, if you just want to listen to my voice in the background, you can play along. If you're playing along and you accomplish something in your game, give me a mission report in chat. Say, oh my gosh, Dosh, thank you so much. Well, you don't even have to say thank you. Just say, oh my gosh, Dosh, I made it to the moon for the first time. That's so awesome. I finally made it. You know, whatever it is, I made it to Minmus. I landed down Duna. I got into orbit for the first time. Post that up in my chat. Totally post it up in my chat. I love it when those sorts of mission reports come back in. I really do love it. So, let's get going here. I'm going to start a game. I'm going to start a new game. Like this. I'm going to call it KSA Boot Camp. What is today? Today is 2014-12-06. Right like that. Why do you do the date like that? So that it sorts correctly. And I am 100% going to do this as a sandbox save. Sandbox means you don't have to worry about money. You don't have to worry about science. You get all the parts at the beginning. You won't go broke. You can just play around. It's a sandbox. It's a great place to learn. Don't get intimidated by the number of parts there are. I'll show you how the parts work. I'll show you how to figure out what the parts are. That's what boot camp is for. Don't get intimidated. Plus, if you were on Squadcast yesterday, you may know that the career mode is about to get a whole heck of a lot harder with the next release that's coming out sometime in the future. When the next release comes out, career mode's going to be a whole heck of a lot harder, probably reinforcing my recommendation to start in sandbox mode. So if you're starting your own game, start it in sandbox mode. Difficulty options, don't even worry about those. This is boot camp, y'all. Sandbox mode, I just chose my flag. That's all I was doing there. And I'm going to click Start This New Save. Let me see here. So when I get into Kerbal Space Program, right? I get into Kerbal Space Program. The Watchful, thank you for the follow. Why are my pop-ups not occurring? Do I have that? I had to see it over there. I didn't actually get the follower alert. We'll see what it goes. Dude, there it is right there. It was just late. So I missed a couple. Unite Aldent, Zorbaltus, The Watchful. Guys, thanks for the follows. I do appreciate y'all. I appreciate you enrolling in Kerbal Space Academy. That's why the pop-ups aren't coming up in real time. Oh, I'm such a noob. I don't even know where that screen just went. There we go. I also missed O1 Jupiter. I missed Tech Hybrid TV. I missed the iPeer. Dude, the iPeer, thank you for the follow earlier today when I wasn't even online. Alright, there we go. There are 2 pop-ups. There's one that appears on the stream, and there's one that appears on my main screen, so I can read it off the main screen without having to look over there. That's what I was looking for. So, I've loaded a new game. Guys, I do appreciate the follows. When I get into my new game, I see the Kerbal Space Center. The Kerbal Space Center has a bunch of different buildings. You may be tempted to just jump into a building, but let me do this. Jump into a building. But let me do this. Let me go ahead and go over the buildings right quick. Of course, we've got the launch pad. That's where we're going to launch rockets from. We have the vehicle assembly building right in the big middle. That looks familiar. It looks like a place that would be tall enough to hold a rocket as you were building it. True statement. You build your rockets in the VAB. If you want to build a splane, that's a space plane when you don't have enough time to say all the words. If you want to build a space plane, you can build it in the space plane hangar over here. Some massive changes come to those 2 build components in the next release as well. Those are the important things. Well, and the tracking station. If you want to go to a craft, you want to see what craft you have in orbit, you can actually go to the tracking station. I will be going into each of these buildings, explaining more in depth. I'm just doing an overview right now. So, launch pad, VAB, space plane hangar, tracking station. Most important things for a sandbox save. You've also got the mission control facility. You've got the research and development. You've got the astronaut complex. I guess you could use that in sandbox. Yeah, you could use that in sandbox. And you've got the administration building. Most of those astronauts you use in sandbox as well. But R&D, mission control, administration building. You use those all in career. You get contracts, money, and science from here at the mission control. You spend your science. You unlock new parts here in the R&D facility, and you do a couple little tweaky gameplay things over here in the administration building. Won't be using those today because we're in Sandcastle. What? I don't even know what that means. We're in Sandcastle. Brain fried. You jump off a cliff, good sir. Whataburger is delicious. Is delicious. So, what we're going to do, we're going to start by slapping together a really quick rocket. We're going to slap together a really quick rocket here. Logical Captain and Tark, thanks for the follows, guys. I appreciate you enrolling in Kerbal Space Academy. Let's put together a really big rocket. A really quick rocket, actually. I think what we're going to do is start with a little sub-command pod. The game has so many awesome parts, right? And you're like, oh my gosh, look at all this freaking awesome-osity that I can do with the game, man. Like, I'm totally going to build a rocket, and it's totally going to go to space. Like, I am going to freaking go someplace today, man. I'm so hyped about this game. Oh my gosh, that engine looks so cool. And I don't know, I think I'm going to put these on here. Yeah, whoa, man, that looks like a rocket that should totally go to space, doesn't it? Wait, no, okay. There we go. Look at that, man. That looks like a great way to go to space. I understand the love of huge freaking rockets, right? I was hyped. I almost had tears in my eyes with the Orion launch and the successful mission and that sort of stuff. I don't know if y'all saw that on the stream. I was trying to totally shrug it off. But I'm a fan of huge rockets. If you're just getting started with the game, if you're trying to learn the mechanics, I would recommend stick to smaller rockets at first. Stick to smaller rockets. They're easier. They're not as epic, right? They're not as epic. They're not as huge an explosion when you... Actually, they are as huge. They're bigger explosions when you crash them. But if you're just learning the game, if you're just getting into it, don't jump for the orange tank and the main sail right off the bat. Heck, certainly don't jump for this engine, the 4X quad cluster here. Don't jump for rockets that look like this. It's going to make it a little bit difficult to learn the game. What I want you to do is just start with a very simple pod. And we have a very simple pod called the Mark 1 command pod. I'm actually going to turn off engineer for this. Well, no, let's turn it on. Alright. So let's see here. In the VAB for 5 seconds flat, and DOS already instinctively mounts a command chair on a pod, Strangelove style. Saints Row Boss, thanks for reporting in. I'm going to start with this little pod right here, right? Don't go straight for the big rockets. Learn the basic game mechanics, then go for the huge rockets. I'm going to put a little bit of a parachute on top. You can see I've got a couple different tabs here. I can go and get different parts. Again, I am going to revisit this in great detail and go through it in great detail. We're just putting the mission together quickly to show you what we're going to be learning today. So I'm going to put a parachute on it. We've all seen, like, the Apollo missions coming down with the parachutes. Parachutes are important for not crashing into the surface of the planet going too fast. That's known as lithobraking. It typically results in explosions and death. We try not to teach you that in Kerbal Space Academy. Try to stay away from that. You know? Let's not do that. So anyways, we've got a little parachute on there. That seems important. I'm also going to put some fuel on there. Fuel seems important for my rocket. That's probably going to be good. Actually, let's put a bigger fuel tank. Yeah, that's probably going to be good. What else? An engine. An engine would be good. So I'm just going to toss a normal little engine on there. That looks great. And this is the basic Moonlander design, guys. This is the Kerbal Space Academy basic Moonlander design. Do not fret, do not frown. We will design it in detail. Probably some landing legs. The game has some landing legs you can use. You can see that looks like a great way to put the landing legs down so that I can land on them. If I'm on the moon, I don't want to be doing a double backflip, half gainer, kickflip, rocket stand off this. I should probably be going for a ladder. Ladders are important so that I can climb up and down my rocket. So look at that. That's a ladder, right? That reaches the ground whenever it's extended. I can also retract it. If you've got questions about what I'm doing right now, I'm going to go over this in excruciating detail. I am going to go over this excruciating detail. Yeah, no mods expect the Dr. Pepper can. You're right. Spacecraft need ways to generate power, so I could put a little bit of power generation on here. A battery would be good. A way to store the power that I generate wouldn't be too shabby. Everybody knows what that is. I'll tell you about it later, but everybody knows. Let's see here. So let's just stand that ladder. We wouldn't want to be crawling through the battery bank, so the editor actually lets me move things around. I will explain how to do all this. Okay, that looks good. That looks good. Let's retract that guy in. Everybody's seen the big stages, right? Everybody's seen the big stages. Unnecessary weight. 4 legs. Unnecessary weight. Everybody's seen the stages on the rocket where it goes... I want my voice for the rest of the day. And it goes up, and then there's a stick. There's like a decoupling event where this part of the rocket drops away, this part of the rocket like keeps going. You can do that in Kerbal Space Program. It's actually very important to do. So I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to grab a part called a stack decoupler. Again, we're going through this very quickly. Cadets, what did I miss? Tell me what I missed. Tell me what I missed. Go for it. Tell me what I missed. I'm also going to need, let's just say that I'm going to need a lunar transfer stage. I'm going to need a way to get out to the moon. So I could probably do something like that. Something like this, maybe. Yeah. That looks good. That's a good lunar transfer stage. I'd probably like a little bit more delta V in there. So let's take that out. Let's put that there. Let's come over here. Let's get a bigger tank. Like that. What's that? Yeah, that's the engine hole. That's totally the engine hole in Kerbal Space Program. I will explain that later. You can't always get exactly what you want, but if you try sometimes, you'll find you go to space. So that's my lunar transfer stage. I've also got under cockpit decoupler. Mysterious Mage, I wouldn't say I was missing it. I did that on purpose. You could change the tilt of the ladder? Really? Yeah, you can totally change the tilt of the ladder. Alright. I was going to do a powered landing, but Chad is telling me that I need another decoupler here, so I won't do a powered landing. I will go ahead and put a stack decoupler here, since that's what y'all want. Give the people what they want. Let's make sure we make the ladder a little bit taller now, like that. Alright, there you go. Now you've got a stack decoupler up on that top stage. I will go with the stack decoupling design for y'all. I can totally do that. What's up, Juan P. Medina? Watch the language. I've got people over here that speak Spanish. You know it. Alright, this is going to make it a little bit more complex. That's why I was not doing this. There we go. I will explain all of this in detail. I will totally explain it in detail. So now we've got that. We've got that. Let's go ahead and remove show all stages. There we go. That looks much better. Let's go ahead and get it into orbit. So I am going to look at that. That right there can get 2.30. All right. Yes, I totally just bit my fingernail. Sorry. Let's toss that guy like that. And then let's toss another thingy on here like this. Let's see if we can't completely blow everything up. That should work, I believe. Let's see here. And grab some more of this. How is that going to look? What does that look like? The staging is all wrong, apparently. Let's see if we can get the staging correct. Nope. Let's do that. Let's toss this on here. Alright, what is that looking like? 1855. 2 engines. That's not right. You need to go down there. What? You need to go down there, I said. Okay. Alright, you guys having me put the decoupler at the top has broken the rocket for some reason. I don't know what's going on there. The rocket has become broken. That's not good. Let's see if we can fix it. That's why I shouldn't read chat when I'm doing this quick stuff. I should not read chat. Alright, 1.85, 2.94. That needs a whole heck of a lot more thrust. So let's get it into space. I was totally slapping together an easy rocket design, and then I started reading chat. Okay. I blame y'all. Totally. And let's do that number. What is that? 3156, 451. That's still not quite enough to get me into orbit. That's still not quite enough. Let's go ahead and light the main core engine at the same time. How's that? 1, 2, 40, 83. Oh, wow, that's even worse. That's actually terrible. So then we're going to need to do this. Ah, yes, a simple rocket to get into space, and then this nonsense happens. Yes! And then we can put more of this on it. Like that, and like that. 3450. It requires additional fuel. It requires even more fuel. Let's just do it like this. Ah, now we're cooking with gas. Now we're cooking with gas. How's that look? 1.64, 3788. Yeah, I think I'll be okay with that. I think I'll be okay. It will probably rip the rocket apart. No, I'm not going to explain any of that stuff. I am just tossing this rocket together right quickly, and then I will come back and explain things in excruciating detail. That is what I'm going to do. Does that look good? Yeah, that looks good. The purpose of what I'm doing right now is just to get you out to the moon right quick. 7188, I can do a moon mission on that. Let's go. Let's go. Staging, check. Launch clamps, fixed. Decouples, that, check. Decouple, that. Okay, we're good to go. Alright. Alright, we're good to go. Now we're cooking with DOS. Let's go ahead and launch this rocket. I'm a little bit concerned about the decoupling event. I am definitely concerned about the decoupling event. Let me fix that right quick. I don't want the rocket to just blow up right off the bat. Actually, I probably should have just blown it up right off the bat so I could wake some of y'all up, right? But let's do that right there. Let's put those ullage motors, stack separators, whatever you want to call them, with that. Yeah, we are just onion with the fuel lines, Gav. I'm just trying to keep it pretty simple here. And then we're going to come back and I will explain everything that I'm doing in excruciating detail. This is going to be the Quick Boot Moon Rocket Mark 1. Quick Boot Moon Rocket Mark 1, the unexplained. Let's do the unexplained boot rocket. Unexplained boot... Wait, unexplained boot rocket. There we go. Boot rocket Mark 1. I like that definition right there. The KSA unexplained boot rocket Mark 1. Save it. You can tilt things. Yeah, you can totally tilt things. You can totally tilt things. Mods! Don't pass. Dude, mods, don't bypass my filters. Don't bypass my filters. You should know better than that. I'm showing you all the stuff that you can do, and I will come back and explain how to do it in just a little bit amount of time. Let's see here. We've got this. We've got old Jeb in there. We're not going to launch Jeb. You know what happens. Oh, no, that was not the right button at all. No, no, no. I messed it up. I don't know what I'm doing. All right, go away. Okay. One of these streams you need to get Nobler to show Alt and Shift keys on screen. Oh, Spartan, that's actually a great idea. I need to do that. I do need to do that. Thank you. This is just a very simple rocket, folks. You know how my streams go. Cadets, let's see who is going to the moon. I'm going to choose a random winner. Asking doesn't help. Asking does not help. Winner is Tie-Dye 21, dude. Tie-Dye. Congratulations, cadet. You are our cadet who is going to be used as a sad message to other cadets on why they should not let Das Valdez fly rockets that they're flying in. So let's put old Tie-Dye Kerman into the pod there. Let's put old Tie-Dye Kerman into the pod. Let's go ahead and do this launch. Again, I am going to talk you through this in excruciating detail. I will show you how to do all this. I'll show you why I designed the rocket the way it is. I'm just showing you the mission that you can learn if you hang in there with boot camp for the next couple hours. I will show you the mission that you can learn. Let's go ahead and throttle up, panel lock, SAS engage. Got monoprop in the pod, didn't need that, but that's okay. Tie-Dye, you ready? I think you're ready. You're going. You don't want to die. Let's keep on going here. Let's keep on going here. Let's see. I will go ahead and throttle up, panel lock, SAS engage. 3, 2, 1. Tie-Dye, hold on to your potatoes. It's time for you to go to space. And I'm going to launch myself into space. If you've been into space before, you may know that you can't just go straight up and stop. We're not in Star Trek. We're not in Star Wars. We are not in any of the sci-fi movies that you've ever seen. We're simulating actual physics here. In actual physics, you don't just go up and stop. You don't just go up and stop. You actually go up into space. You turn and you start to go around and around and around. If you just stay in one place, then you will fall right back down. What you have to do when you go to space, I hope that central core has enough thrust to weight. What you have to do when you go to space is go up, turn, and start going around the planet. You can't just go sit in one space. So what we do, we go up into the sky towards space. It's up there. That's not space. That's space up there. We're going to go up until we get out of the atmosphere. We don't just want to start going around the planet right away because the atmosphere will start to slow us down. What I want to do is go up to around 10 kilometers and then begin what's affectionately known as an orbital pitch maneuver. In Kerbal Spacecraft, it's not exactly a gravity turn. I always get people correcting me on that. We say it's a gravity turn because we're pretending and it's a game, right? But it's not actually a gravity turn. What that means is that I want to lean over to the east. Why is the east important? It's a lot like jumping off of a moving sidewalk. If you were on a moving sidewalk and you were running along and you were to jump in the same direction as the moving sidewalk, you would probably be able to run faster and jump further. There we go. Don't need that anymore. Oh, sweet. They hit each other. Good times. If you were going along and you were running on a moving sidewalk, and you ran in the same direction of the moving sidewalk, you could run faster, better, harder, stronger than you could normally run. If you ran against the moving sidewalk, you know, like at the airport, right, the little things that move you along. If you ran against the moving sidewalk, you would run slower than you normally could. If you held still, oh, drink, I need a drink, thank you, Cybertech. There we go. If you tried to jump against the moving sidewalk, you would not be able to run as fast, you would not be able to jump as far. In Kerbal Space Program and in real life, we take off to the east because that is like jumping off a moving sidewalk. The planet is rotating, right? The planet is totally rotating. We're sitting on the planet, it's rotating, and we're going to jump off in this direction. That's what we want to do. We want to jump off in the same way that it rotates because then we get additional energy. It's harder, better, faster, stronger. We can get our rocket into orbit more easily by using the rotation of the planet. That's why we turn east. That's why we turn east. 90-degree heading is east. 90-degree heading. So I'm just going to continue this burn right here. I'm going to get myself an apoapsis of about 80K. What does that mean? As we go into this arc above the planet, we're doing this sort of number, right? We took off from the launch pad. We started to turn to the east. You can see that happening. We've turned to the east, and we're going in this big ballistic arc. It's not exactly ballistic because my engine's still on right now, but I'm going to continue this until I get an apoapse of about 80. That is the highest point. If you look, that's the highest point. Here, let me put it this way, just so it's oriented correctly. We took off like that. That's the highest point in our arc. That's the highest point in our jump. That is great. That is what we wanted to do. What we need to do now is start missing the planet. I've gotten up here out of the atmosphere. That's important. I don't want to be flying through the atmosphere. And now, let me turn that off so we don't confuse anybody. I will get into these mods later, and I'll show you what they do and how you can use them. They're totally awesome. What I want to do now is start adding orbital energy to my orbit such that adding velocity to my orbit, really adding energy. I need to continue going around the planet. After I've got up out of the atmosphere and I've got up to this certain height, I want to not fall back down. And in order to do that, I don't want to just point my rocket away from the planet and hover. That means I'm going to keep using fuel. That's not a good way to do it. What I actually want to do, I wonder if you could do that. I bet you could do that. What I actually want to do is do a burn here to increase my velocity around the planet. Let me show you what this is. 45, half of 45, that's 20, 20 plus 3. 23 seconds is when I'm going to start this burn. I'll explain what I just did in my head. So let's go ahead and do that burn. Watch what happens here. I am now adding energy. I'm going towards the planet. Right now, I'm going to fall towards the planet like that. I don't want to fall towards the planet. I want to go faster and faster in this orbit, around and around the planet. I want to get worse and worse at falling towards the planet. I want to get better and better at missing the planet. I want to get better and better than missing the planet. Dude, Lieutenant Havoc and Beast Hunter, thanks for the follows, guys. This is Kerbal Boot Camp. Learn to space. I want to get better and better. Did my engine run out? Yes, it did. Let's do that stage. There we go. I want to get better and better at missing the planet. And as I do that, as I burn in that easterly heading, I'm adding that energy in my orbit. I'm getting better and better at missing the planet, and I can do that until I get a roughly circular orbit right like that. Look at what's happening now. At first, I was on this arc and I was falling back down towards the planet. I wanted to go around the planet. I wanted to miss the planet. Instead of falling back down towards it, I wanted to go fast in the same direction that I'm falling. The planet's curving away from me. I'm falling towards the planet, but I'm going so fast that the planet curves away from me at the same rate that I fall towards it. Therefore, I never actually hit the planet. I go around and around and around. It curves down and down and down, around, around, down and down, around, around, down and down. I stay in orbit that way. I don't have to, yes, missing the planet as in homesickness. Missing the planet as in homesickness. That's exactly right. So I've got myself into a bit of an orbit here. I am perpetually missing the planet. I am going around and around and around it. It is curving away towards me. I am falling towards it. The rate of fall is the same as the rate of curve. That is a nice circular orbit. So, what we are going to do, explain in a picture. What is this? Let me see, actually. Let me see what this picture is. Oh, I like it. That's actually a really good picture. That is a really good picture. Thank you, dude. That's a great picture, Lichbane. Somebody give here, dude, check it out. Here. Add 5 credits to Lichbane. Dude, Lichbane. That is an awesome visual aid, man. Thank you for putting that up. That is a great picture that you just put up. Actually, look at this. Let me bring it up, man. That is actually great. Look at this. I love it. Let me use Cybertech's image viewer mod. Look, here's the picture that he just brought up. What we were explaining, right? What we were explaining, I was adding energy to my orbit, not using a cannon, but using my rocket engine. At first, my orbit looked like this. I took off and I got up to this altitude, right, where this cannon is. Apparently shooting a cannon from the top of the mountain, right? I got up to that altitude. At first, my orbit looked like this because it didn't have enough energy. What I needed to do was, instead of firing something, I actually needed to add energy to my orbit by using my engines. And I added enough energy to my orbit such that, look at that, I could even almost like, look, bam. Can I scroll in? Look at that. Look at that. I've got the lines even overlaying, right? I got up there to where the cannon was. Dude, this is a great picture, Lichbane. Thank you for this picture. I got up here to my orbit. I added energy at the top of my orbit. Chiptunes, anyone? Chiptunes, anyone? Where's the chiptunes at? Anyways, I got up here to the top of my orbit. I added energy to my orbit, and I started to fall around and around the planet like that, just like the projectile from the cannon here. If I added even more energy, I could have left the planet, just like line E right there. Just like line E. That is such a great picture. We're on line C right now. We're in line C right now. Dude, Lichbane, thank you so much for that. Thank you so much for that. That is a great picture. I'm actually going to bookmark that picture for future reference. Because it goes right over the top of that. Wow, that's awesome. And then let me bring the chiptunes back. I don't know what just happened to the chiptunes. I may have been in my haste. There we go. Alright, chiptunes back on. Thank you again, Lichbane. Moving right along. So we've got ourselves up into this orbit, right? We're going around and around the planet. Next, I actually want to go to the moon. Did I ditch the stage? I did ditch the stage. Excellent. So now I want to go to the moon. It's the same sort of deal. You saw from the cannon, right? You saw from the cannon image that I could add even more energy to my orbit, and I could start missing the planet even more. Chiptunes died with the image. It must have opened. It must have opened in a new. It must have opened in a new window, sort of deal. So what we can do now, we can add even more energy to our orbit until we get out to the moon. How do I do that? I'm going to talk through it really fast. I'm going to set the moon as my target. I'm going to add what's called a maneuver node. Actually, let's not even add the maneuver node. We'll come back to the maneuver node. Let's do it the old school Mark 1 go to the moon way. What I'm going to do is just go to my rocket. I'm in a nice orbit. I'm in a nice orbit here. And what we're going to do is fast forward. The game actually lets us time warp. I'm going to fast forward until I see the moon rising. Until I see the moon rising. I'll explain the maneuver node next. Let's do it the old school Mark 1 Apollo gut check way. I am just going to keep on going around. There's some planets in the background. There's the sun. That's not what we want. Let's keep on going around. I'm just waiting for the moon to rise. There's another planet. That one probably looks like Dress, maybe? I don't know. It doesn't look like the right inclination for Dress. There's the moon right there. So I'm going to turn the time warp off. I am going to point my craft over here at the horizon. Just like this. I'm just going to orient my craft so that it's kind of flying straight and level. You can see that from the nav ball, right? This would be pointing towards the planet. This would be pointing up. And I'm just going to burn my rocket. Like that. When I burn my rocket, look, I'm right there. The moon is over there. The moon is rising. Look at me add energy to that orbit. Just like line E on the cannon. Excuse me. Just like me doing this. Just like me adding energy to my orbit, like the cannon. I didn't say that right at all. Just like the cannon adding energy to the projectile, I am adding energy to my orbit by burning my main engine. Because I burned my main engine at the time that the moon risen, I should be able to get a pretty darn tootin' easy mooner encounter. Look at that. A mooner encounter with 104, that's 70, that's 50, 26. That right there is a great mooner encounter, y'all. That is all you need to do in order to get to the moon. Burn at the moon when the moon rises. Not rocket science. It's totally not rocket science. It is a rough approximation of rocket science, don't get me wrong. It's not exactly in-body physics, but we can totally get to the moon. Excuse me. Bro Dave, I just wanted to show a really easy way to get to the moon. I will go over the maneuver node system, which I do recommend for new players. I do recommend learning the maneuver node system as a new player. I will do that. I was just doing the old Mark 1 go to the moon sort of deal. So let's see here. We've got a mooner encounter now. What we need to do is make sure that we extend our solar panels, so I can actually right-click on them and extend them. Just like that. Let's also extend this solar. Come on, girly. There you go. All right, extend those solar panels. The auto-tracking solar panels is going this way. There we go. And I need to increase the frequency of the drinking. Sundhog! I didn't say I was doing it like the Apollo program. I said that one of the gut checks of the Apollo program was burning when the moon rose. Burning when the moon rose. In some of the initial missions that went to the moon, they actually, as a gut check, they didn't just burn when the moon rose, but as a gut check, they knew that everything was good if we were coming up off of the surface of the planet while the moon was rising. That was a gut check from the original Apollo program. I'm not replicating the Apollo mission. I don't want anybody to think that. I did not mean to make somebody think that I'm replicating the Apollo mission. Clearly, that's not the case. So let's see here. I am going to come out here. I'm going to go ahead and time warp again. Time warping is going to let me go all the way out to the moon. The KSA unexplained boot rocket. Is that what I called it? Yeah. Let's see here. Going on like this. The Auroras are the culprits. What was that? The Auroras are the culprits? Yeah. Quit buffering. Twitch. You know Twitch. I do have Auroras up there. See the Auroras? You can see them there at the top of the planet. That's a mod. That's Better Atmospheres pack. Let's see what we're going to do here. We are going to go out to the moon. You can see what's happening. We didn't just go on a straight line towards the moon. Orbits don't work that way. What we did, we actually burned at an angle. We burned along the surface of the planet when the moon was in a specific direction. What we're doing, we're meeting the moon. We're meeting the moon. We're not... Look at that orbital curlicue. That's amazing. What we're doing, we are meeting the moon. And we are going to get up to this part in the orbit at the same time the moon arrives there. That is how we're going to go to the moon. You never, like in Star Wars, Star Trek, whatever, you just like point at the thing and you go straight there. That's not how it works. That's not how it works in our current technological level. In our current technological level. We are just... A lot of people are arguing about whether we're going into a retro orbit or a prograde orbit. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'm not trying to get into that sort of stuff. I am just trying to show you how easy it is to get to the moon. That is all that I'm doing. We don't need to argue and turn off new people by whether or not it's retrograde or prograde or left grade or right grade. Don't put off new people by trying to show off your amount of skill in the game. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Don't try to confuse new people. We're just showing that it's not impossible for new players to get to the moon. That's all we're doing. That's actually an awesome orbital curlicue. We'll see. We'll see if we're going in prograde or retrograde. Who knows? Let's just go ahead and get there. That right there would be a prograde orbit of the moon, it looks like. That would be that's the escape, right? Yeah, that would be a prograde orbit of the moon. I'm going to put myself into a prograde orbit around the moon. There we go. So, we've got this lunar flyby. We're now in the moon sphere of influence. That means the game is computing our gravity, our physics, based on the moon as opposed to based on Kerbal. The moon is the major body that's influencing it right now. It's not exact. Real life doesn't work this way, but it's good enough for the game, right? It's good enough for the game. What I'm going to do is, again, I will use a maneuver node this time, and I am going to take energy out of my orbit. Let's go ahead and focus over that way. And you can see, when I get down there, I've got a thing on the maneuver node that allows me to take energy out of the orbit. I'm going to explain the maneuver node in excruciating detail. For now, I am just going to take energy out of my orbit until I go into a circle around the moon. I'm not very good. I'm not very good at hitting the moon right now. I'm going to go whizzing by the moon like that and completely miss it so fast that I'll escape its orbit. What I want to do is slow down a bit. I want to slow down enough so that the moon can capture me and I start to fall towards the moon at the same rate that the moon curves away from me. That's what I want to do. So let's keep on going here. Let's keep on going. I am going to... There was one! Dude, no IO! Thank you for the support. As always, thanks for all you contribute to give to the community. Happy Festivus. Dude, the holiday for the rest of us. Thank you, No IO, for the support. If anybody didn't know, I actually do this as my job. I do Kerbal Space Academy. I stream here on Twitch as my job. And I rely 100% on donations like that in order to keep doing this. Where is the sun at? I'm in an eclipse, aren't I? It looks like I'm in an eclipse. Oh my gosh. I am totally in an eclipse. Where's the sun? The sun's behind Kerbal. We're on the dark side of Kerbal. We've got a new Kerbal over here. Very interesting. That's not going to be good. That's my solar panels aren't tracking. Hopefully, I put enough battery charge in this crap to get me through. Write an essay and XGR, and Jake sure is the boss. Guys, thanks for Kerbal Space Academy. What's up, Sondhog? How's it going, dude, Sondhog? Sondhog, I totally appreciate the support as well. Sondhog has actually donated some copies of the game in a past boot camp, and I really do appreciate it, man, so that we could give away copies of the game in a past boot camp. Thank you for doing that. I do appreciate you, dude. Let us keep on going here. Let us keep on going. Yeah, that is my other part. Talos Klein. Thanks for the follow, man. I appreciate you that. Is it possible... Oh, here's a good question. Is it possible to make a moon-inserting orbit that doesn't require a retro burn? Lichbane. No. 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 Yes. It is not possible. You do have to expend. You have to expend some energy in order to slow down enough that the moon can catch you. No matter what, if you have enough energy to enter the moon's sphere of influence, you have to have enough energy to exit. You'll have enough energy to exit the moon's sphere of influence. You can't just. You can't just. There's the sun coming up. You can't just like get into the orbit, the sphere of influence of the body, and then have it automatically capture you somehow. There are some situations. 2 minutes, 1 minute. All right, JWoww, thanks for the follow. There are some situations where you can have a very, very low amount of delta V required to complete the orbit, to complete the circle, close the orbit. But in terms of just magically going into an orbit, not usually. Around a single body. Now, if you have two bodies, you could use a moon to get you in orbit around Kerbin. That is totally a thing. You could use gravity slingshot or gravity orbital change going around the moon to get you into orbit of Kerbin. That's a little bit too complex for boot camp. Let's go ahead and get this orbit done here. It's the same thing as last time. I am going to go up. Come on. I'm going to half a 39. I'll explain why. I'm going to burn like this. Look at this. That is taking energy out of my orbit. Taking energy out of my orbit. Taking energy out of my orbit until... Bing! I'm in a nice circular orbit. That is me going around and around the moon. That is me going around and around the moon. So, you do a direct descent. You can do a direct descent. When's the first giveaway? Because I'm leaving in a minute. Wagglepuss. The first one will be when we land on the moon here. When we land on the moon, we'll do the first giveaway. That will be the first giveaway. So now I'm in orbit around the moon. Easy peasy, right? Good deal. We've actually still got some fuel in this stage, which is a good thing. Can I just land right now in the interest of time? Yeah. Yeah. Let's just go ahead and land right now. Let's just land. I'm just going to land. I'm going to keep burning. I'm going to keep burning that stage until I remove the orbital energy away. I get rid of all my orbital energy. That was apparently the rest of it. So let's toss that stage off. We don't need that anymore. Bomber T, consider this my monthly donation till you finally get that dang button. Dude, Bomber, thank you for that. Till you finally get that dang button. I appreciate it, Bombert. Good times till I finally get that dang button. I should be right over. Am I? Do I see it? I just passed it, didn't I? I think I just passed it. Yeah, I just barely passed it. Alright, that's okay. I am just going to burn like this and remove all of that orbital energy. I'm going to become very, very, very bad at missing the moon. In fact, I'm going to fall straight down towards the moon. This is not the most efficient way to do it. This is an insanely inefficient way to do it, actually. But if you're new to the game and you just want to get your first landing under your belt, I'm not going to make fun of you. I'm not going to tell you you're an idiot because you land this way. I will tell you, awesome job for landing on the moon, cadet. That is what I will say. This is not the most efficient way to do it. But look, now I am falling straight down towards the planet. That is a good thing. That is a good thing. What do you think about the NVIDIA Shield tablet? I don't know. I don't know about that. I haven't really looked into it. The Shield tablet, I'm not sure. So I'm just going to fall straight down towards the moon. Where's the sun? Are we still in the shadow? I guess we're still in the shadow of the planet, huh? Our solar panels are still, yeah, Bosinator I have. I got denied the first time. Blocked by Kerbin. Yeah, I'm still in the shadow. I did apply to it and I got denied because Kerbal Space Program isn't a very popular game, I guess. And I said that I stream it all the time. But that's okay. I'm going to get more followers. I am going to do all sorts of stuff. I am not too concerned about not getting partnered the first time out. It's like the Matrix, right? Nobody makes it on the first jump. Nobody makes it on the first jump. You gotta believe that you can make it, and then you'll make it on the second or third jump. Let's see here. What else do we have? Just how to make a stable landing without tipping over. Eco! This is the #1 way to do it. I am going straight down. Eco Jr., that was a great relevant question. That was a great relevant question. I am falling straight towards the planet right now. I'm falling straight towards the planet. I know that because that green marker that shows the reverse direction of my craft is pointed straight down at the moon, right? It's pointed straight down at the moon. What I need to do, I need to go ahead and burn like this so that I have less and less and less velocity whenever I hit the surface of the planet. Right? Like this right here. That was a good suicide burn. And what I can do is crush my solar panel off because I fall sideways. I was doing the suicide burn. Tie-dye, you're stuck on the moon. You're totally stuck on the moon. I just let it fall over. Whatever. So here we are. Landed on the moon. I did the suicide burn there to show off a little bit. Good times. But we've made it to the moon. That was not a great way to do a landing. That was not a great way to do a landing. Look at the lighting on the Kerbal's face. So awesome. At least he can get out of the pod. We crushed a solar panel off. Who cares? If this is the way you get to the moon the first time you get there, send me a screenshot. Send me a screenshot. Because this is an accomplishment for people. This is totally cool. There's nothing wrong. You're totally here on the moon. I wonder, are we in a position we could take off again? Do I have enough pod control torque? It's not looking like it. I've got too much fuel left. 8 of 8 landing. You like it? You like it? I like it. Good thing we put that lander on there. All right. Excuse me. Maybe what we should do is mount a rescue mission. Maybe the rest of this boot camp is going to be a rescue mission to get tie-dye off the surface of the moon. Maybe we did that on purpose. I was actually hoping I would break the engine off, but I did the suicide burn too well. Oh, jeez. I was trying to just barely pop into the surface and break the engine off, but that didn't work. That didn't work. At least he's still got a solar array. He's still got a solar array. He can get in and out of the pod. Look, he can totally get outside. He can drop down, and he can say, hey, check me out. I'm on the moon. I've impaled the moon with my solar panel. When the moon rises, we will be good to go here. But what we are going to do is kick this panel. Yeah, get out of here, panel. Ain't no. Oh, apparently we've buried it in the regolith. Apparently, apparently we've done that, dude. You're having trouble here, tie-dye. You're having trouble. We could actually probably get this rocket off the moon. But what we're going to do is mount a boot camp rescue mission. One of our cadets has landed on the moon. Roughly. His rocket tipped over when he did there. And we are going to need to go and rescue him. That's what we're going to need to go do. Let me do this. I am going to go ahead. What is this? Oh. The rescue mission. Nice. I love it. That's a cool comic. Here's what we're going to do. Because tie-dye has gone and gotten himself stranded on the moon. Let me take a screenshot of tie-dye on the moon. We're going to go ahead and do a giveaway now. We're going to go ahead and give away a copy of Kerbal Space Program right now. If you've been watching the stream so far, what you can do, you'll be able to enter into this giveaway. It's going to require that you buy tickets, right? You can buy your tickets you can buy your tickets using the Academy credits that you've been earning just for watching the stream. So, what I'm going to do is go ahead and open up this. Whoa, my gosh. Mr. Selp. Das, I'm a new follower. I've been watching for a few days, and I have to say your channel is sweet. Great entertainment. I'm actually learning things as well. You seem to genuinely love streaming and are a great teacher. Keep it up, dude. Mr. Selp, thank you for that, man. I totally appreciate it. Let's do a giveaway here. If you already, it's a code, you could actually give it to a friend or something like that, even if you already have the game. What you can do, watch my screen here. If you've watched Boot Camp since it started about an hour and 15 minutes ago, you will have enough to purchase a couple tickets. You'll have earned enough Academy credits to purchase enough tickets. What you can do is type !credits, and that is going to show how many credits that I have. I apparently have 150 hours worth of credits, which is 2703. I think I might win this if I use all my credits to buy the tickets. You can type !credits, !credits. That will show you. Heartland, thanks for the host. how many credits you have. It's going to cost you 5 credits. It's going to cost you about 30 minutes of viewing time. 1 every 5 minutes, 5, yeah. Did I say that right? I think it's about every bit. It's going to cost you 5 credits. Did I get that right? Yeah, it's going to cost you 5 credits. You get about 12 credits an hour. That's right. It's going to cost you 5 credits. So if you've watched the entire boot camp, you'll have enough for 2 or 3 tickets. What you're going to want to do is type !ticket with a number next to it. Like, I could buy 1 million tickets, and I would probably win. Like that. Like, I could totally do that. Luckily, the raffle wasn't open. I am going to go ahead and open the raffle. This is for Nubius. Thanks for the host, man. I appreciate you as well. Let me give you a shout out after the raffle here. X31. X31 is a headset. I'm going to go ahead and open the raffle here. 1 ticket every 35 minutes. Oh, thank you, Mage. Yeah, 1 ticket every 25 minutes. That's right. I'm going to go ahead and open up the raffle. You can buy up to, let's just start off low. Let's start off with 5 tickets is the max you can buy right now. So there's raffles. It is going to be Kerbal Space Program. It is going to cost you 5 per tickets. You can buy a maximum of 5 tickets. Everybody is welcome. All you had to do was go long enough, was watch long enough. And we will go ahead and start the raffle right now. Did I get it all right? Ticket costs 5. Mac ticket is 5. Kerbal Space Program raffle. Let's go ahead and start it up right now. Ticket raffle for Kerbal Space Program open to all users. Each ticket costs 5 credits, and you can buy a maximum of 5 tickets. You can now type !ticket with a number next to it. !ticket space a number. !ticket space a number. And that will, like this. Like this. !ticket space 5 or whatever. 2. That's how many tickets you can buy. Let me see. That's not going to actually buy them for me, is it? Yeah. Like that. !ticket. I've got it on the screen right now. That is not great reward wrapping, by the way. Plexi stand, dude. Also, Plexi stand. Thanks for the host. There it is right there. I'm actually going to pause it right there. !ticket. !ticket with a number next to it. That word wrap wasn't very good. Stop that. There. Okay. Just like that. More messages below. That got it. And I am going to go and get myself another delicious Dr. Pepper, folks. You have about... Oh, you're hosting me too. Dude, Sunhog, thank you for the host as well. I mean, I haven't been seeing this stuff come by the chat so fast. Let me do this. I'm going to go get myself another delicious Dr. Pepper. This one's running low. When I come back... Nightbot says, 10. We're not using Nightbot. We're using DeepBot. Nightbot is wrong. Don't listen to Nightbot. You have until the time that I come back, I open, and drink my delicious Dr. Pepper to enter in this raffle here on the surface of the moon. I will be right back. J-Dude, the Kerbal will not run out of oxygen. The stock game does not simulate those things. You can totally get a mod for the game that allows you to simulate things like life support and that sort of stuff. So, you can totally get a mod that allows you to do that. Oh, the sun has risen. Our solar panel is activating. Look at this. It's almost as if that was planned. I never put those solar panels on there. There is the sun. The sun has just come out from behind Kerbin, and our panel activated. Let's see here. Can I get it all in one screenshot? I can't really get it in one screenshot. Shucks. Oh, heck. Darn shenanigans. Look at that. The solar panel has oriented towards the sun. That means that he will have lots of nice, excellent... excuse me. Oh, my gosh. He will have lots of nice, excellent energy. He doesn't need food. He doesn't need water. He doesn't need that sort of stuff. Let's see here. Let me take the be right back thing off my face. That's good, because I'm back now, you know? I mean, I don't need that anymore. I think, are we all good to go? I think we're good to go, aren't we? Let me bring up this window over here. If you haven't got those tickets, be right back text. Thanks, Spartan. I am right back. I am right back. It took me a second to realize that it was there. 35.5, I have no idea what that means. You have 35 credits and some tickets. Middle click to rotate the camera view. That's what I was doing. I was trying to use the middle click, but I couldn't quite get... Actually, that's not bad. That's close. It's just I'm on the ground, and so I can't rotate down to the angle that I really need to get the solar panel and the Kerbal and the Kerbal. Look at those 3 planets back there. That's definitely Eve. That's definitely Eve. All right. You have a minute or two more. You have another minute or two. You have another minute or two to get going. I want to explain. I just did a very fast moon mission. I didn't really talk through... I mean, I talked through some of it, like the orbit and that sort of stuff. I didn't really explain what I was doing with the rocket and that sort of stuff. I just want to do a quick mission here. What I am going to do next... No, you shouldn't. What I want to do next is go back into the VAB. And I am going to show you how to construct this rocket. I'm going to show you the design considerations. I'm going to show you how the different engines work. I'm going to show you how fuel works. I'm going to show you how thrust to weight, what that even means. I'm going to show you how delta V works. All of those things are what I will show you in detail. I wanted to spend about the first hour just getting a quick little mission done to show you what, if you hang in there with us through the rest of boot camp, what you'll be able to accomplish, because I'll explain all this stuff to you in excruciating detail. That is what I'm going to do. Why don't I get a custom flare for Kerbal? I started to install it once and it was buggy for me and I just never turned back to it. Igor. I've seen some of the custom flares, the lighting flares, and I just didn't, I never went back to it, because the first time I did it, it didn't really work. Not the mod's fault, probably just my fault for not installing it correctly or something, but that's why I just never went back to it. Did my first straight moon landing. Nice! That rocket, dude! Jake, 9039, dude. Congratulations! That rocket looks great. That rocket looks great, man. That is amazing. Yes, it will, Mr. Selp. It will be on YouTube. It takes me a couple days to upload them. But dude, we need to toss a good job K to Jake. Let's see here, Jake. Oh no, I got ninja'd by my own mod. Nice, thanks Artec. Dude, Jake, look, I'm actually gonna bring this up. I will actually bring this up. How do I get the direct image link? There we go. Look at this, Jake. Congratulations, you did better than I did. You've got a rocket that looks almost exactly like mine. Use the different solar panels, but Jake, congratulations, dude. You landed right there on the moon. Well done. Well done. Dude, thank you for the mission report. Did we give him some... You know something? Jake, add here. You're going to get an hour worth of extra credit for that. You're getting an hour worth of extra credit for that right there. That is the same number of credits you would get for watching an hour. Dude, that rocket, congratulations on your successful moon mission, Jake. Well done, dude. Well done. Sorry I didn't demonstrate how to land straight. I should have, like, crashed it on the takeoff or something, but he did stick the landing way better. Well done, dude. Well done. All right. Let's see here. Extra credit hype. That's exactly right. I think... I think that what we are going to do now is go ahead and close the raffle. I don't see any more coming in. Deepbot says we've got 71 total entries. 71 total entries. So let's do this. Let's go ahead and close the raffle right now. Close the raffle right now. Because everybody has stopped buying tickets. So that's good. We're going to do close like that. And now we're going to draw 71 with a total of 303 tickets entered. Excellent. 71 viewers with 303 tickets. What I'm going to do now is go ahead and draw a winner. The winner of this, I'm going to need the winner of this to send me a message on Twitch. I'm going to put your name in the official winner log over here. I will get you a copy of the game. Kamuchi. Is Kamuchi here right now? Kamuchi, are you here? Are you here? Let me know. Let me know if you're here. let me go ahead. I've got the official winner list up over there. That's good. We can actually start the chat scrolling again. Let's go ahead and draw the winner right now. We're going to go ahead and draw the winner and see who wins the first full copy of Kerbal Space Program today. 3, 2, 1. Draw winner. And the winner is MexZW. MexZW, dude. What was that? MexZW. Congratulations, viewer. Where is it at? Come on. Slow down. Following the stream since 28 October. Dude, Mex, thank you for the follow, first off. You are the first winner of a copy of Kerbal Space Program. Are you here? Are you here? Yeah, there he is. Do you have it yet? Excuse me. Do you have the game yet? Let us know. Oh, Kamuchi. Would you want to send the code directly to MexZW there? Would you want to send the code to the winner, MexZW? Is that something that would be cool? Because then he could get it right now instead of me waiting till the end of the stream or anything like that. Drink! Drink, you don't have it yet! Dude, that's amazing when somebody who doesn't have the game yet wins it. Kamuchi, let me know if that's cool or not. It's totally cool if we can't do that right now. He doesn't have it. That's so amazing. That's so amazing. I know, Golden Peach, that's how it works. There's a stream delay. I click it, chat is instant, but there's a 20-second delay before what I say actually gets there. Everybody should have seen that. Everybody should have seen that. Let's see. Kamuchi, let me know if we can send that out right now. It's totally okay if we don't. I should probably just post the email up or somewhere and let a mod do it. But that's so amazing. That's so amazing. Finally can do a mission to the moon. Finally can do a mission to the moon. Oh no, Wagglepuss! Take it easy. Sorry you have to leave. This will totally be on YouTube later. It'll totally be on YouTube in a couple days, so you can watch it after the fact. You can totally watch it after the fact. Oh my gosh. Alright. Let me know. Do I have Kamuchi on Steam? Let's see here. I can't remember. But what we need to do is go and begin to design and learn how to do our rescue mission here. Let's go to Steam. I think I do. Don't I? I don't know. I'm looking. There's not like a search, is there? There is a search. Alright. Alright. Let's see what we've got. Just got a 12-pack of Dr. Pepper. You tease, Gold Sniper. You tease. Oh my gosh. You get land on the moon. You're so happy. It's a small thing, but I was trying with so much time. Foxy the Fox, congratulations on your successful mission. Well done, cadet. Well done. Oh. Oh my gosh. Alright. Sorry, dude, thank you, Kamuchi. Mex, usually Mex, I send out the award, I send out the drawings at the end of the stream, so I don't have to stop right now and go do it. But it looks like I've got a little assistance there from Kamuchi. It's gonna take a little bit of time, but don't worry about it. Kamuchi, it's totally no big deal. You're reinstalling Windows. We don't have to worry about it right now. But you will at least get it at the end of the stream. You'll at least get it at the end of the stream. You may get it sooner than that, because Kamuchi, the person who donated the copies of Kerbal Space Program for today's boot camp, is excuse me, is reinstalling Windows right now apparently. Oh my gosh, Sephiroton, my first successful moon landing ever without landing gear. Only an engine and 2 fuel tanks attached to my pod. Except the pod, everyone guns now. Nice. Does KSP run more stable on Windows versus Mac? I don't know. I don't know. Okay, you're just watching and learning at the... Good deal, Max. Dude, thank you for being so awesome. And I've got your official name over there, MexZW. Congratulations. Let's do this. Let's do this. We've got old... Here we go. You probably should just get back in your pod. It's probably more comfortable there. Actually, you should probably stay out of the pod so that your photosynthesis can generate food for you. There you go. While you're in direct sunlight. All right. Now Tie-Dye is in the pod. Tie-Dye is in the pod. Let us go back and let us do the beginning of our rescue mission. I'm going to go back to the Space Center. I pressed escape. I clicked on that. How close can you orbit the sun without burning up or something worse handling? Plant a flag. Oh, I'll plant a departure flag. I'll plant a departure flag. I will plant a departure flag when we leave. Remind me to plant a departure flag. Or I guess I could put down a MexZW flag right quick. Let's do that. Let's put down a MexZW flag. So I just went to the tracking station. Let me show you. This is a teaching moment, right? I went back to the Space Center. I now want to return to the surface that's parked. I'm not going to say crashed. That's parked on the surface of the moon. And let us go down here and click on the tracking station. Once I click on the tracking station, I can see that the KSA Unexplained Boot Rocket Mark 1 is right here. I am going to go ahead and click fly. I'm going to click on it, then I'm going to click fly. That's going to take me back to that rocket. This is helpful if you have lots and lots and lots of rockets in different places, different orbits, different planets. You can totally get to them by going to the tracking station and clicking on it. I noticed you, Krylon. Dude, I totally said what's up whenever you said hi like 10 minutes ago, 15, 20 minutes ago. Alright. Alright, Krylon Rock, what's going on? So I was able to come back here. We can actually get Tie-Dye out of the pod. We can have him jump. What are we doing? We just joined after the raft show. Plant a departure flag. I'm going to plant the flag right now. And I'm going to put raffle hype. Let's see here. Moon, what should we call it? There we go. Boot camp. Totally meant to do that. Totally meant to do that. There we go. Boot camp, totally meant to do that. And then I click cancel for some reason. That doesn't make any sense. Now I can't read the plaque. Dang it. Take down that flag. Go get another flag. Did you know you can do this? Did you know that you can actually grab it, go inside? Yeah, right, Jadu? You can go inside the pod. Apparently there's an infinite number of flags in the pod, because when you get back out, ouch, that looked like it hurt. When you get back out, you can totally right-click and plant another flag. You have an infinite number of flags in the pod. All you have to do is get back into the pod, get another flag, get back out, and plant it again. Alright, let's see here. Thank you for your show. Honestly, better than cable. Dude, Recomone. Thank you for the comment. I appreciate you. Totally meant to do that. What did I just miss? I don't know. I don't know off the top of my head the exact altitude where you'll be destroyed. You can basically get inside the surface of the sun before you blow up. You get like inside the atmosphere of the sun before you blow up. But you'll blow up if you get too low, and it takes a lot of Delta V. This is going to be boot moon landing. Totally meant to do that. And we are going to do, let's see here, donor hype from Silas Genovese and NoIO and Bombert. Donor hype, and then raffle winner was Mex ZW, right like that. That looks totally legit. I don't know why it scrolled off over there. There we go. Raffle winner. There we go. Donor hype, Silas Genovese, NoIO Bomber. Guys, thanks for the support so far. I do appreciate it. I really do appreciate it. This is my job. This is what I do for a living. I would have to be doing something else. I would have to be doing tech support or something if I didn't get the donation. So I totally appreciate y'all. And Max ZW, congratulations on winning the first raffle. Moon or boot landing. Totally meant to do that. Excellent. Moving right along. Can you post your success? Of course you can, Foxy. Of course you can. Of course you can. Go for it. Thank you for asking. You are encouraged to play along. You are encouraged to post up those things. Now we've got the flag there. Now we shall go back to the Space Center. Let me look at that. That pod connection. That pod connection. That right there. Is that a mainsail? Is that the thingy? That looks amazing. That huge SAS. Dude, you have so much RCS on that craft. You have so much RCS on that craft. Alright. Continuing right along. Continuing right along. In Kerbal Space Program. This is where the rubber hits the road, folks. This is where the rocket hits the sky. Right now, we're going to start boot camp proper. We've done the demo mission. We've done the demo mission, right? Now we're going to start boot camp proper. About an hour and a half into the stream. About an hour and a half into the stream. Is the full version really worth it? Yes, it is. Krylon Rock, dude. The full version is totally worth it. The full version is absolutely totally worth it. I have spent... I've seen people streaming. Yesterday, some guy was streaming, and I was trying to help him out. And I was like, oh, man, well, you might want to do this. And he's like, oh, you know, I have 400 hours playing Kerbal Space Program. And I was like, I streamed 400 hours of Kerbal Space Program last month. Congratulations on your high benchmark of Kerbal Space Programming, buddy. But, no, I've played so much time. I've played this game so much time. And I have gotten down to probably, like, I don't even know, cents per hour. It cost me cents per hour. Cents per hour. Sean by day, dude, I'm on board with you on that, man. Sean by day, I am all about. I would have paid more for it. I would have totally paid more for it. I mean, I would have paid $60, $70 for it. It's such an amazing game. It's such an amazing game. All right, moving right along. In my VAB, I want to design a rescue mission, right? I want to design a rescue mission. What we can do is begin to put together a rocket. I'm going to choose a larger pod. Well, maybe I choose a smaller pod. I don't know. Let's see. Should I do? Well, I could do this, I guess. Couldn't I do this? Hey. It looks like a good rescuer. Yeah, I think we're going to go with a little different design. We'll go with a little different design. We will do that. It's barely playable. So worth it. It's so worth it. It's absolutely worth it. Close-minded. They don't hear. Oh, I buy shirts. No, it's okay. The dude was totally cool. The dude was totally cool. It's just, I love to, like, lurk in other channels, right? I, like, come by at minimum cents per 10 hours, but probably cents per 100 hours. I don't know. I don't know. Mysterious Mage. People are like, I've played Kerbal Space Program for 1,000 hours, and I'm like, that's cute. I don't have it on Steam. I don't have it on Steam. I'm glad of it. I'm glad of it because I don't want to know how many hours I've played this game. I'm probably down to cents per hours. Moving right along. Moving right along. What we can do here is build a pod. I'm actually going to put together a pod that has do the Mark 1 2. You have to do an excuse to use orange tank hype. Nice. No, Igor, I'm gonna go with this. I'm gonna go with this. I'm just gonna go with a simpler small design. I am gonna go with a simpler small design. And we're actually gonna solve a couple problems with it. So, and then I'm gonna work on the Karian after this. When I'm done with boot camp, I'll work on the Karian. We'll go back to the big rockets. I'm gonna keep it small for boot camp. But our mission is to get out to the moon. Our mission is to land on the moon somewhere close to that other Kerbal, such that we can go ahead. Excuse me. Such that we can put that other Kerbal in the pod and bring him home. The trick is that this pod right here only holds one Kerbal. How do I know? How do I know? How do I know? What I can do is go over here. I can look at this command pod. I can hover over it. I didn't even need to right click. I can just hover over the command pod we use. See, that's the pod we used right there. And in the part list, I can get more information about a part. I have multiple purchases, including one for Steam. Nice. Yeah, I have a Steam version as well that I've never even installed. Alright. So let's see here. What I can do is I can hover over this pod, and that'll give me some information about the pod. It gives you a little bit of lore. It's like the manufacturer is Curlington Model Rockets and Paper Products Incorporated. Originally built as a placeholder for a demonstration mock-up of a rocket, the Mark 1 command pod was heralded as a far safer and more reliable option than its predecessors by rocket scientists throughout the world. It is now commonly seen in active service. So it's got a little bit of a lore onto it. It shows you the mass of the pod. That's important. How much it weighs. It shows you the drag. That's almost the same. Don't worry about that. It shows you the crash tolerance, max temperature. It shows you some different things. The important thing for this is crew. Excuse me. The important thing for this is crew capacity. You can see the crew capacity of this pod is 1. The crew capacity of the pod is 1. What I need to do is have extra crew capacity because I need to go to the moon. And then I need to get that other Kerbal, and I need to go to the moon with one Kerbal. I need to come back from the moon with 2 Kerbals. So I cannot do that with one pod. I've actually got to have a pod that either has greater than 1 crew capacity or have multiple pods that can hold Kerbals, right? So you can see what I've done on the screen right here. I've actually put that pod and this pod together. That is a different design of pod. You can see the Mark 1 lander can has a crew capacity of 1, just like that. Yeah, they don't give measuring units in the description. Here, we don't really need that yet. We don't really need to get to that yet. I'll get in detail whenever I get to it. Thank you for reminding me though. Excuse me. This has a crew capacity of 1. This has a crew capacity of 1. Between those two things, 1 plus 1, it's not rocket science there. 1 plus 1 is 2. 1 plus 1 is 2. And when we take off, we can have 1 Kerbal in the top pod and nothing in the bottom pod. And we can go out to the moon and we can land on the moon. And then we can get the other Kerbal into the pod and then we'll have 2. What is this? Nice one. That's cool. Oh my gosh. Alright. Oh my gosh. Okay. So now we have room. Now we have room. We have a command pod we can actually command it from. We have another pod at the bottom. What I need to do is go ahead and make this into a rocket. Now on your rocket, you need a couple different things. The number one thing is to put some sort of capability to control your rocket on. There are two ways that you can control your rocket. When I say control, I mean actually tell the rocket what to do. I don't mean like an engine that makes it turn or anything. I mean like a computer or a pilot or something like that to actually control the rocket. On every rocket you have, if you want to be able to control it, you're going to need to have some sort of control authority. That comes from control capability, command and control capability. That comes from the first tab here, pods. You can see there's a lot of different pods. There's a cupola that's like a really pretty looking pod. That's actually inspired by the actual ISS, the cupola on the ISS. It's got a great IVA where you can actually see out those windows. You've got bigger pods. That pod right there will hold 3 Kerbals. Could we use it for a rescue? We totally could. We totally could. Actually, maybe I will go to that. I don't know. Maybe I will go to that. Maybe I will go to that. We'll see. I've got airplane pods. I've got airplane cockpits. You can see this is the Mark 1 airplane cockpit. That one holds 1 Kerbal. I've got lander cans. That's the lander can we have on the bottom. That holds 1 Kerbal. I've got a shuttle-looking thing. I would not recommend, if you're new, to start with this part. This part is actually very difficult to work with because it's asymmetrical. It's asymmetrical. I would not recommend starting with this pod if you're trying to build a rocket because it's asymmetrical. I know it looks like a space shuttle. It's really cool looking. Don't start with this pod, though. Holds 3 Kerbals. You've also got these awesome spaceplane things. Yeah, those look totally cool. We just got those in the last release, and we can build some really awesome rockets looking in that way. The next thing we've got are these computer controls. There's actually probe cores, and you've got a little Sputnik looking thing like that. You could totally make a little Sputnik. It's called the Stay Putnik Mark II. You've got some flat computer cores like that. These computer cores, even if there's not a Kerbal on board, will allow you to still control the rocket. It's like a flight computer sort of thing. You've got a Mark II computer core that actually matches those Mark II spaceplane parts. The important thing here is that you have some way to issue commands to the rocket, whether it's a computer or whether it's a pod with a Kerbal in it. Point of interest, if you have a pod but it doesn't actually have a Kerbal in it, you won't be able to control the craft. A pod without a Kerbal in it is not going to give you command authority. If you have a pod that doesn't have a Kerbal in it, you will have to computer core on there if you don't want to have a Kerbal. For example, if I wanted to, I could do the mission like this. I could just put a computer core, let's put it on the bottom to look better. I could just put a computer core on here and put no Kerbal in here. And that would allow me to do this mission. That would totally allow me to do the mission. Oh my gosh, let's see here. I think of the computers as autopilot for the Kerbals. Kind of. Not exactly. Kind of, though, because it doesn't really autopilot. So let's see here. What we're going to do. We have this first part. We have the command and control authority. Let's do a vote right quick. Let's get chat to wake up and pay attention over here. Let us do this. I want people to vote. But if you use the computer core, you can't strain 2 Kerbals on the moon. Nubius, that's a good point. That's a good point. Here's what we're going to do. I am going to... How do I do the vote? I forgot how to do the vote. It's poll. Alright, it's poll like that. And then it's, let's see, poll Mark 1, Mark 2. Okay. Mark 1. Let's just do small pod. And then a pipe and large pod. Like that. So I'm going to open up a poll right quick. There you go. That should work. Alright. Not a valid parameter. Oh, poll. What was it? I just thought, oh, it's poll open. It's poll open. That's right. I don't know. I don't use this very often. Yeah, poll open. There you go. Poll open is what I meant to do. There you go. Poll open. Thanks, Mage. So we just started a poll. If you want me to do the moon mission using a small pod like that, vote for 1. Just type !vote space 1. If you want me to use the large pod, there's a large pod. Like that. If you want me to use the large pod, vote option 2. Go ahead and vote. Go ahead and vote. What? Excuse me, you want us to do there? Oh my gosh, those votes coming in, guys. I appreciate y'all. I really do appreciate chat interacting with me. I like to interact with my chat, and I appreciate chat interacting with me. That is so freaking cool. Excuse me. It looks like 2 is going to win here. It totally looks like 2 is going to win. The large pod looks like it's going to win. It's okay. We could totally do something different this process 6 votes. Large pod 38 votes. I just don't think vote both. Vote both. Das, you could cram an extra chat Kerbal in there for the big pod. You're right, Igor. You're right. You're right. It looks like 2 is going to win. It looks like 2 is going to win. What about if you used both pods? That's the Kerbal way to do it. That's probably what we should do. That's probably totally what we should do. That's amazing. That's a great idea, Brain Fried, actually. Vote 3. Both pods. Alright, alright. I think that both pods is probably the way we're going to do this. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. We usually don't use the larger parts. We usually don't use the larger parts at boot camp. But I will use the larger pods. Let's do something. Why not the large lander can? The large lander can. That's a good question. Let's just stick with the pods. Let's keep it simple. Let's keep it simple. All right. So, I think we can go ahead and do poll close now. That's enough. That's enough. I'm not going to do it Apollo style. I'm just doing boot camp here. I'm not going to do it Apollo style. I get that all the time. Everybody always asks me. And I've said that I'll do the Apollo style, like the recreation missions on anniversaries and that sort of stuff. I want to save it up for special times, not just do it whenever. I'm going to go ahead and close the poll. Das Valdez, large pod got 49 votes. So I will bow to chat who said to use the large pod. Small pod got 10 votes. So I will also put a small pod on there. And we're going to send it to space right like this. This is what we're going to do. This is what we're going to do. All right. That right there is what our rocket is going to look like. That looks amazing. I really do like it. I really do like it. All right. So let's see here. Let's see here. And I am going to try to keep it simpler from here. I'm going to try to keep it simpler from here. Let us begin to build this rocket. So we already have control authority. We're going to have a place for Kerbals to sit, right? Use the terrible big spaceplane pod. Nice. This is what we're going to do. We're going to do it Christmas tree style. We'll put some red and green lights on it. It'll be the Kerbal Christmas tree. That's what we'll do. We should just put a Christmas tree on the moon. It's actually not a bad idea. So, we've got our command. We've got the ability to command the craft because we have pods on here. The next thing you need in a rocket. The next thing you need in a rocket. Oh, rotate the small pods so the ladders match up. That's actually not a bad idea. What we're going to do here. What we're going to do here is put the next important part on a rocket. The next important part on a rocket is fuel. Some way to make the rocket go. If we just put this Christmas tree out on the launch pad, it's not going to go anywhere. Look, I'm going to put it out here. It's going to go on the pad. Let's see how this works. I don't even know what's going to happen here. I know what's going to happen. Here we are. We're on the launch pad. Jeb's in it. It's not going anywhere. It can't do anything. This rocket, a complete failure. Look at me pressing the buttons. Look, I'll press these buttons too. This doesn't do anything. We can press space and it won't go anywhere. I can't throttle up. I can't do anything. Good night, Irene. This is just not a winning combination. This is not a winning combination. So we're gonna need to go back to the VAB. Let's go back to the VAB, revert the flight back to the vehicle assembly, and let's put some more parts on it. On our rocket, we are going to need a bit of fuel. In order to make a rocket go, we need a motor.